and the South African regulations are responsible in conjunction with the South African Rugby Union in Western Province to do grassroots rugby development here on the Cape Flats. The South African Rugby Legends has been founded in 2004. Initially, it was just for the ex-provincial players and Springbok players to have a home after they stopped playing rugby, just to interact with each other and to just have a good time. But subsequent to that, there was a realization, especially with the PT not being actively involved in schools again, that they need to give back into the communities where they came from to try and revive rugby or sport within those communities. So basically today we have two pillars on which we stand for, which is the player welfare. This is where we look at looking at the guys who just stopped playing rugby or has stopped playing rugby for quite a while, and to keep them engaged and keep them busy. And then which go hand in hand with that, our player development side, which is the rugby development project that we do through our Buka Rugby project. Like I said, with the player welfare, it's just a means for the South African Rugby Legends to give back and to give the former players an opportunity to interact with their players at home and abroad, and just to keep them busy. Because once a year, at the end of the year, we go to Bermuda and to play against the other international rugby teams from Canada, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. And like with the current players, the interaction and the competitive nature of the game between the legends are also very high, and we also compete in the Cape Town Tens. But today, I would like to focus more on our rugby development program that we're doing in the Cape Flats. Currently, we have a footprint with eight schools from Thailisa all the way up to Atlantis, all the way at the back of the mountain at Ocean View High School. So we across the Cape Flats, Gugulet to Menenberg, Yasi River, you name it, we have a footprint there. So we work there with the schools, 8 to 10 schools per zone. We divided the Cape Peninsula in zones to make it logistically easier for the schools and for the players to move between the schools easier, to cut down on transport costs, and to make use of the facilities at the schools. This year, Peter and myself have approached ETA through Richard and Sally to come and assist us as part of the students here at ETA's curriculum, come and assist us with the coaching at the schools. So we're going to start that project now at the beginning of March going forward until the end of August, September. We're going to do this. ETA and Richard has been so kind to make 30 students available that we're going to place in strategic areas, specifically in Menenberg and Gugulet and Khayelitsha, depending where the students live and where it's more accessible for them to go and assist with the school with coaching rugby, and to look at their fitness levels and all that stuff. Later in the year, we're looking at these students that is coming on board to put them through our life skills project that we call Cool Play. Quite a nice program that we're doing that is it's at the IRB for them to put their stamp of approval on it, where we link life skills and rugby skills with each other, so that we're looking at inside to have a more holistic point of view of what we're trying to achieve in getting into the schools. Look, there's a lot of boys and girls even that's out on the streets who like to play rugby, but they're not skilled, or they just don't have the talent like the other guys to go through. So what we're trying to do through our Cool Play project is to give them the necessary life skills to, like for me for instance, to go into the administration or any other thing connected with rugby. Because not all the players that play rugby will become professional rugby players. So we're looking at creating a holistic point of view learning model so that we can help those students to go through. There's a lot of socio-economic problems, especially in Menenberg, as you know, it's getting infected and everything, and poverty in Gugulet. So that we can show the guys there's alternative ways of becoming successful at the end of the day, instead of going into gangs and getting involved with crime and stuff like that. So this is what the Cool Play project and Buka Rugby is trying to achieve. But in saying that, in 2013, just in Cape Town alone, there was 80 schools playing under 15 rugby. 86 schools were playing under 19 rugby, under 18. And KwaZulu-Natal under 15 years. And those are the numbers just from our organization alone that we keep buzzing regularly on a Wednesday afternoon, that they play actively within those zones and leagues, and they play for a cup to keep them occupied and keep them off the streets. So last year we were fortunate enough to have our inaugural Legends Under 15 Ikawi Week. And Ikawi means champion in most of the indigenous languages of South Africa. So what we do there in this tournament has been specifically earmarked just to cater for students and for learners from previously disadvantaged communities, small schools or schools that used to play rugby but stopped playing rugby, to get them into the game again. Last year, Western Province is the hosting province, won the inaugural tournament, and it was a huge success. And last year, 8 provincial teams participated in the project. This year, we are going to be fortunate enough that 14 out of the 16 registered provincial unions in South Africa is going to participate in that tournament. And that tournament again will take place in Satipaki and Ethno, where the teams will play against each other. Absolutely fantastic program. Out of last year's participants, about 30% of the boys from those communities in previously disadvantaged schools were taken up into the mainstream high performance teams of their provincial unions. Some of the boys actually went from Western Province going to KwaZulu-Natal, and from KwaZulu-Natal to Western Province to make sure that they proceed with their rugby program and their rugby development. So what we're trying to do is, you've got your mainstream tournaments like the Grand Coma tournament for under 16 and your under 18 academy. But for most of those schools, it's only the elite schools, your Paul Roos and your Wynberg Boys Guys and your name other schools here in Cape Town. Because those boys get the training at school from the beginning of the morning until the end of the day. So they're geared towards rugby. And most of the guys from in the communities where we work, they don't have, firstly, they don't have the infrastructure, they don't have the people in those communities to give them the necessary training that they need. And we are looking into that and giving them an opportunity to get on par with it. And this is what we're trying to achieve with the Ikawi Week. So you've got your mainstream tournaments, and ultimately at under 16 level, with this under 15 tournament that we're presenting now, we will get towards them that they on par at under 16 going forward, so that they can play at under 18 training week and going further and playing varsity cup and provincial rugby for the streamers. But at the moment, we're looking, although we are a rugby development program, that's not our ultimate objective. Our ultimate objective through Vuka Rugby is to keep the children off the street, equip them with the necessary life skills to make a change, and to provide a holistic view on getting them towards their ultimate goal. If they achieve it, because it's hard work from themselves as well, to get to that level of professionalism and to put in the hard work to ultimately become a professional rugby player or to become an administrator like myself. And thankfully, hopefully, with the assistance of ETA, in the communities where we are planning on rolling this out, we will make a positive difference within those communities in achieving our end goals. If you need to get in contact with us or just to check out what we're doing, there's my contact details of Peter Mullers. You can feel free to contact me via email, and you can check out our websites. We've got two. We've got vukarugby.co.za and then South African Rugbylegends.com website where you can get more information. But feel free to contact me directly, and I'm going to come and speak to you guys.